Hey y'all, Carol Norby here. You're on my Stampin' Carol Lots of Crafty Goodness Facebook page, or you're on my YouTube channel. This is take 2. Today was class day. We made 4 cards with a cactus theme. So this video is for those that need a refresher for what the class was, or just got the kit and could not take the class. So we'll give this another try. So anyway, I'm going to flip the phone over and we'll get started. Okay. Seems like it's just a little dark. I don't know. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. Okay, so we made 4 cards. This was the first one we made. And funny, I forgot the thread. So I'm going to make the card without the thread because that's what we had to do today. So if you got a kit and there was no thread in there, that's an oops. We'll just do everything without the thread. So in your packet, you have all these little goodies here. And we're going to be using some of these. I think there's gems in here. These 3 little gems you will need for this card. So you would get those out. Let's see how well this does. I just barely got home, and I'll tell you what, it's hot out. It's 103 here at our house. And yet there's storm warnings just west of us. So you need those. So in your kit, you have your base, and you have this piece here. So adhere this down to your card front. And the reason this is cut out is because I used it to die cut these pieces. So you're going to take that out. You have this piece here. I should have cut those out already. You have this piece with the text on it. This is going to adhere directly over the top, centered. So I will do this off to the side here real quick. Went out to lunch and I am so full. I ate half my salad. It seems like anymore my appetite is just shot. I did get some good medical news today. Gotta make sure this opens the right direction. I had to have a blood test, and it said that I had a kidney malfunction. Well, the doctor looked at that, and he said, it's all good. So I'm happy. You have 2 pieces of corrugated stock. You're going to trim one like that. Kind of make a hill. And then this one, you're just going to tear it across, just like that. This one goes down first. So, and you don't want to get too close to the edge. Make sure I'm in the picture. Too close to the edge because you're going to need a little bit of that edge. So I will get this down. I really liked these cards. This was a fun card to make. So you can see that my adhesive is down at least 1/4 of an inch. And you're going to put this right down at the bottom, like that. And then this is going to go right over the top of it. So again, don't get too close to the top. You need a little bit of space. And we'll do that. So I'll get that on there, like that. You've got your cactus. So this one, you're going to put adhesive here and foam up at the top. So I will get my foam out and get my scissors. We had a good time. There was 6 of us today. We had a really good time. I always have fun with my gals. I just love them all. They are so wonderful. So get my adhesive. Okay, so this one's going to go over here. You're going to slightly tuck it under there, just like that. Adhere down, and then would help if I'd take the foam off, wouldn't it? That's funny. There. Okay, just like that. Get this out of my way. Same thing with this big one, but we're going to put this one in next because this one's going to go right about here. You do not pop this one, this barrel cactus. There is no top or bottom. Oh, my case is, my ATG Guns cover is wanting to flop. Who knows? So that's going to go right about there. And then this one, so I will get my adhesive on. We had a new lady come today. She was a hoot. And she said she'd come back. She asked to be added to my email list, so she will know what's coming up and what we're doing. So that was fun. That was fun. So get these on here. And remember to remove the tape coverings. And I'm going to slightly pick that up. Get that shoved in there just a little bit. And stick that down. Now you got the little flowers. You're going to cut them out. And you're going to pop dot them. Or not pop dot them, adhere them. You can see at the top 2 on that's organ pipe. And 1 on the prickly pear. And then you're going to put the gems in the middle of each one. That was card number 1, so I'll set that aside. Card number 2 is this one. And as you see, there's some faux leather here. I've had this for a long, long time. It is a little hard to adhere to. You have to be very careful. Let's see if I can find the right card kit here. Okay. So we've got this. Now most of the people had this background, but I think a couple of kits got this background because I ran out. So you're going to adhere the dark brown on your card front. You're going to center this. So I will get that centered. Oh man, I'm just hot. I am so full. I feel like taking a nap. So, get this on here. And I have to, in order to center, I usually have to grab by each corner and eyeball it real good. That way, when I put it down, it's right where I want it. Now, the leather, I'm not sure. You have to use either a glue or a really good tape. I'm going to use my white liner tape or score tape, whatever you want to call it. If you have a good glue, that works too. So I'm going to adhere this. This is really good tape. I do like it. And in your package, you're going to need quite a few pieces here. So I guess I better get them out while I'm thinking about it. I'll just dump everything so I know what's all here. You're going to need the 2 pots, the 2 flowers, and the purple, if you look real close, it's a little darker at the top. You're going to need the big, medium, and small one of those, and set those aside. So, all the gals had to take home the last 2 cards to finish because they had to be colored. So they all had homework. I do that now and then, but it's so worth it. And those cards were actually very, very easy. In that, once you got it colored and adhered, see, I'm still having trouble getting that down. Once you got it colored and the image attached, it was just a matter of a couple more things to do. Get that off. See, it's still struggling to stick. Maybe I should have used glue. There we go. And you're going to come up from the bottom just a little bit. Maybe that far. Stick it down. Then you're going to grab your cactus. And it doesn't matter which pot you use. And you're going to stick this in one of them. I'll just do the same one as I did on here. You can see. And you stick it in there. Let's see, there's a right and a wrong. There's the right side like that. What I did, I don't know if you can see this real good. I stuck it in just a little ways. And then I did that. Then you're going to put, again, foam dots at the top. So all three of them, you're going to do this to the bottom, except the prickly pear, it doesn't go in a pot. Oops, got to grab the right stuff. Okay, so there's one. At least you get the option, you can stop and start the video. But I try to hurry because otherwise sometimes these take a while. I know the last class video was a half hour. I'm just going to take a little piece. I do like this 1-inch wide foam tape that I get from scrapbook.com because I use so much. Just so much. I didn't quite cut enough off. There we go. I'll toss that little piece. Save the other. Okay. So get that down. Move those out of the way. I know Angie didn't get... I think Angie might have got this card done. We move pretty fast. And when you have to fussy cut, she has just a little bit of a hard time keeping up. So we're going to stick... Whoops. Before we put that, you got to stick this on. See? Got to watch before you do. So stick your sun down. And you can see I did some sponging on the sun and actually on the cactus. So I just got to remember what I'm doing here. Okay, stick the sun. Center it side to side and just touch the base. And then this goes on. There we go. Right about there. And I want to make sure everything's upright. There we go. I'm hoping that stays. This one is just going to adhere here. The only place you're going to put a pop dot is right at the very top, so I'll take that little piece that I had and put it right in the center here, like that. Because this one, if you want to do anything, it might need a glue dot because it will glue to that unless you put it over further. But we'll get this on here. Okay. Make sure my adhesive isn't showing. Right about there. And then this one, I said to trim the cactus, but Mary said, oh no, just make your opening a little bit bigger. And I'm going, well, duh. Thank you, Mary. And it'll slide in there a little bit. I'm still having allergy issues. I was going to stop at the store and get different... who was it? Somebody... Oh, one of the gals was telling me of a pill that she's taking that works really good. And you only take it at night. And I wrote it down, but I got to look for it. But I didn't stop today to buy any. Okay. So there's my adhesive at the bottom, my pop dot at the top. It's going to go right there. Excuse me. Then you got your little pieces here for the flowers. You're going to adhere your words to your sentiment to your other little piece. Darn. I've had so much trouble with allergies. So I'm just going to take a dot of glue, put a dot of glue there, dot of glue there. I'm going to grab my tweezers because these can be difficult to pick up. So I'm going to stick this one right there. Now if you look close, this is 2 layers. Are you getting a picture of that? Can you see the... There you can see it, 2 layers. I glued them together for you. So you're going to stick that with the 2 layers up. That's going to go at the top of your saguaro. Right there. Okay. You're going to pop dot this up here. Now this is a little lower. I don't know why. It looks like I may have raised it a little bit, but you're going to foam pop it right there. Guess I just as well stand up. I can't seem to do anything sitting down real good. Get a foam there. And foam there. We have lots of cactus. I have prickly pear in my yard. I have a barrel cactus in my yard. I do not have saguaro. We're a little bit too high of altitude for the saguaro. But you go 10 miles north and you start seeing them. Okay, then you got these 3 dots. You're going to need glue dots to put them on. I'm thinking, so I'm going to get a, and you can put them anywhere you want. You can see where I put them here. So I'm going to use a little bit bigger glue dot for this big one. I'm using a 3/8 inch glue dot for this big one. I'm just going to put it here. And then it's too big for the others. So then I'm going to grab a 3/16 for the medium size. These little gems are from Spellbinder's Rainbow Dots package. I love them. I really like the rainbow dots. That one's gonna just wherever you feel, you know, place these down before you put them on, so you can be sure, you know, that they're pleasing to your eye. I'm gonna get a little tiny 1/8 dot and put it on. And I'm gonna stick this one right up here, and then that is the card. Now I did come in, if you can see, I also sponged a little bit on the sides of the cactus to give it a little look. Now I can see I need to, did I not get that off? Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'm going to put a little glue dot behind that little 1/8 inch here, because I should have done that to begin with. So I'll just grab one with my tweezer, come in under here, and there. That works. So that is that card. Isn't that cute? I've got lots of birthdays and stuff coming up, so these are going to get well used. I'll clean off my spot a little bit so I can get to the next card. Okay. Where am I? Is that? Okay, this one. Now this card I watercolored. So what I did, I embossed it, the image. So everybody got an image that was embossed and an image that was just rubber stamped. That way you have an option to either watercolor or use your pencils. So, and then whichever one you don't use, you'll have for later. So, I need some water. So, okay, so this one, since I did one in watercolor, I'm going to make this card using pencil. So you got your card base, and you're going to adhere your mauve to your card base. Get everything moved so I can get to it. So I got the die set in today that I want to use for one of the cards for next month's class. I didn't expect it until next. I think I did. I haven't opened it yet. I'm gonna get that up in that corner. I see this piece is cut a little bit big. This is always the fun part, trying to make sure you get it right where you want it. So I'm going to come in, because I have some white edge here and some edge there. I'm going to trim that. So I have my 9-inch Fiskars paper trimmer, so I can get this trimmed to fit. There's that. Okay. And just a hint of an edge here. Trying to get that. I'm still off a little bit, but I can trim this little edge with my scissors, so that was the worst of it. Set that aside. So you can do that, and then you're going to color your image, and you're going to adhere it to this piece. So get that adhered. Now, I did not pop this piece. I did pop the words. I did not pop this. Sometimes you can do too much raising things up, and it really gets interesting getting it into an envelope. So, make sure I got the opening the right direction. Center this right there. You're going to cut this into a banner end. So I'm going to come in here. Actually, I'm going to use my grid. Sometimes using my grid helps me to get it centered, because I have a tendency to be off on one side all the time. So where is that? So now I can come in the corner. And there's that. So we're going to pop this piece on here. It's funny, I keep wanting to grab my white tape when I don't need it for this. Stick that piece there. I'll cut another strip. And cut that in half. There we go. And I embossed the sentiment on here. And you're going to want this just high enough so you're not covering a flower. And I went clear to the edge. But you can go just to the edge of the black if you want. And then you're going to put, you got 3 more red buttons. Don't use the orange yet. And you're going to glue them over the flowers. So you're going to get out your glue dots. Make sure this one's going to take the 1/8 inch. They are tiny. So pick up that one. Get it off my fingernail. The hardest part about this card was coloring. Get that one on there. Try to get a hold of it just right again. Pick up another glue dot. Stick that on. And the third one. Trying to get a hold of these sometimes isn't the easiest. And we'll put that one right there. And that's the card. Now when I color, I actually use 2 or 3 different colors. So I started out with kind of a yellowish green, and I came in with the next darker color green, and then I used a darker color green yet on the spines. And then I used a kind of a yellowish blue, and then I went blue. So I was just having fun with colors. You can do whatever you want. And this one is watercolored, and I, excuse me, I just played. That's all. Just play. That's the fun part with this. You just play. And then this is the last card. This one was a little bit of a challenge because we put a piece on Kitty Wampus. You use words like that? So you're going to adhere your kind of your pumpkin orange to your folded card base. This piece here is going to adhere at an angle like this. So you just got to watch where you put your tape. So it does get a little interesting where you put stuff. So I basically just put my tape. One thing nice about this tape, if you get it over, what you're going to do is you're going to trim the excess off. So we'll just stick that there. Didn't do half bad. There's a little bit of tape there. And from the back side, you're going to trim. So you can see I got some tape there, but that's not so bad. So you're just going to trim. And it's easier from the back side because you can actually see where you need to trim. And you can see I still got a little bit over here, so I'm going to actually trim a little bit more. Trim that down. Get that excess off there. Okay, and then here. Oops. So there it is. I'll put those scissors out of my way so I don't use them. Now this one I colored with colored pencils in the bottom, but I used pan pastels up here. I used a couple of colors, a yellow. I put down a yellow, and then I come back with orange. I used a really small blending brush. And you're going to put this on just at an angle so you can see one's going one way, one's going the other. So you kind of want this tip and this tip close to the edges. I did not pop this either because the concha that we're going to put on here, or the middle accent, it's going to be plenty popped. It's going to give it dimension. So I get this on here. And get that right about there. There we go. You're going to adhere your words to this other brown piece, and you're going to pop that down in the corner. So, the air conditioner feels wonderful. We do have some storm clouds coming up. They just issued a storm warning for about 20 miles west of us. This is going to come down in here, right about there. This you're going to want to adhere up here. I'm going to get a bigger, looking for a bigger glue dot. I know I have some that, thought I had some that were big, but I'm not seeing them. Oh, that says removable. Okay, I'll do my 3/8 glue dots. Get to the right package. I go through a lot of glue dots. I do like glue dots. I've been using them for a long time. I know some people like Zots. So you're going to just stick that right on there. It's there. I think I'll stick another one. Find out more up on the edge. Yeah. And that's going to go right here. Now I had a stone here. I made this card a long time ago and I really liked it. I have a stone here, but I didn't have any of those. So that's why the orange. And you're going to put a glue dot. Get back to the ones I need. Back down to the 1/8. I'm going to grab it with my tweezers. Oh, I'm going to go a little bit bigger. That's an awkward spot. I'll go 3/16. I usually get these at a craft store. These I probably bought at Joann's. Let's stick that right there. And pick up my... Try to get in your picture here. Stick this right in the middle. There we go. And there's the card. Isn't that cool? Now on my agave, I actually started with kind of a yellow at the top. I probably have about 4 or 5 layers of penciled on here. I start real light and just start adding color. So I use a lot of different colors. As you can see down here, I started with the yellow, added green. I came down with a little bit of purple to make it look like a shadow. So I do like to do that. So that is that card. So that was it. That was all the cards. So I'm going to flip the phone over and say thank you. Whoa, that's wobbly. Feels like my head, little stuffed up from allergies. So if you did not take the class, I hope that these cards inspire you. I know that the 2 cactus that we colored, I got through Scraps of Love. Anna designed them. Anna Corbin, I think her name is. She designed them. They're beautiful, beautiful. So anyway, that's the class. And now I get to go do some other things. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're inspired. And I will upload this to YouTube here in a few minutes as soon as this is done. And gives you an opportunity to watch even more. So anyway, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. You're welcome, Angie. Bye-bye.